going straight to Nikita and then coming back to Professor Fish. Yes, Nikita, you see, I admit it, you are using the talks to buy time, you are using the talks to regroup and launch counter-offensives, and it's looking to the whole world like you're using the talks to regroup and remove yourself from places where you've run out of food and logistics, and so this is a stopgap measure.
That's right.
No, and one more time, no. It is Ukraine who doesn't want to de-escalate. It is Ukraine who, after talks in Istanbul, tried to attack and recapture city of Kherson using artillery. It was Ukraine who, after talks, commit attacks against Donetsk city, where they attacks not military objects, but just houses of ordinary people. My friend is in Donetsk, was half killed last day for two times. She was not in any military objects. She was just buying food and medicines for local people. And Ukrainian artillery was attacking points where those people tried to hide. It is Ukraine who doesn't want to de-escalate. It is Ukraine who is trying to buy time.
No, one minute. Yeah, can I give you a counter perspective? Because can I give you a counter perspective? Because what you're doing, I'm coming to Professor Fish is on the debate and Sherry Goodman is there. They'll both respond to you. All right, go on, respond. Professor Fish. Professor Fish is responding, Nikita. Yeah. Professor Fish is responding to you. Please listen to him.
Listen.
Please go
on. All Russia has done this. All Russia has done this whole time. All Russia has done this whole time is lie. Lie. That's what Putin does. He lies, like I said, even when it's easier not to lie. But there are certain realms, and war is one of them, where the lies actually don't work. The fact is that Russia claimed to have this mightiest military, and they were going to be really, really a tough fighting force. They're going to roll over Ukraine in a matter of days. Well, guess what? When they get to Ukraine, it turns out that the tanks include all kinds of cheap knockoff parts. And the refueling trucks are fitted with such cheap tires that they fray and they go flat after you've been driving on them for a couple of 100 miles. So the military equipment isn't even serviceable. What's more, half of the missiles that Russia's launching don't explode. They just don't explode at all. Now, and
the soldiers don't want to fight.
Russia does not have a military. It doesn't have an air force. It doesn't have an army. They can't take control of the Ukrainian skies, even though the Ukrainians are vastly outnumbered with military equipment. What we're seeing here is they simply don't have a military.
Thanks.
They don't have a military. They can be stopped by these Ukrainian civilians and armed forces, Ukrainian armed forces.
I'm sorry.
India has to consider right now. I'm speaking right now. Hang on. What India is now going to have to consider. I know that you got a great deal. I know you get a great deal of military equipment from Russia, and I know that. But Prime Minister Modi must now be thinking, look at the quality of that military equipment. It breaks down. Soldiers abandon it. It completely reduces morale. The students who actually, the soldiers in the tanks on the first day of the conflict, when they opened their food rations, they saw that they expired in 2002. They expired 20 years ago. They're provided by this Yevgeny Prigozhin, who Putin asks to do these kinds of culinary tasks for him. With that kind of equipment, it would behoove the Indian government, Prime Minister Modi, to rethink if this is where you want your tanks and trucks to come from. I know India is very dependent on military goods from Russia. The fact is that if you're going to sustain your international commitments to protecting your own territory against an expansionist China, as well as meet your commitments along the border with Pakistan, you're going to need much better military equipment than that. You're going to need tanks that work, missiles that explode, guns that actually work. And of course, this manufacturers in Russia, the problem with these manufacturers is that,
Professor,
in the government.
Professor, may I just come?